Welcome back. And on today's video, we're going to do roasted green chilies on the barbecue. Unfortunately, I went to the store. I got a 30-pound bag of green chilies, brought them home, and then the next day, last week, when we were going to go ahead and do the green chilies, I was feeling under the weather. So this video is mostly going to contain my husband, Derrick. Thank you very much for doing it all on your own. He always does the barbecuing, but I always help with the prep work and putting the green chilies into a bag afterward. So I hope you enjoy this video.
How you doing? So today, Rhonda's feeling under the weather, so we're doing something a little different than we've normally done. We've got a big old huge bag of Hatch Green Chiles. And of course, I'm not as good at the photography thing she is, so you're seeing this kind of strange. But anyways, so today I'm going to go ahead and prep them, and we're going to mesquite fire roast the chilies, and then get them set up for freezing. So I'll show you some steps here, and Rhonda will go ahead and do an intro and exit. Anyways, I don't know if you've ever seen this done before, but that's how you open up the bags of green chilies. Makes it a whole lot easier. Here's that label. So here's what we're dealing with right here. I think it's bushel and an eighth or something like that of fresh green chilies from Hatch, New Mexico. So the first step is going ahead and getting them all washed up and getting stuff like that out of there, leaves and stuff you don't want. But anyways, make sure you got everything kind of checked out a little bit. And these chilies, by the way, I mean, I don't have anything to say bad about anybody else's chilies. I'm sure you have good chilies anywhere else in the world, but we believe that the best green chilies that are grown anywhere are in that Hatch area and just north of there in New Mexico. Sometimes we get them from a little further north, but they are always consistently good. Okay, so the next step is going ahead and getting the chilies prepped. So you can see here, these are those ones that were damaged here. Cut the damaged pieces off, and when you get them like this here, then they're ready to go in the container over here. But we always take the ends off, and sometimes pop the seed thing out a little bit. I'm not sure if this one's even worth salvaging. This is pretty, yeah, it's damaged clear down the side of there. Yeah, it looks like we got one total dud there. And then I'll show you what a fresh one looks like. So you like this, take your fingers, go in there, do that, give it a tap. You're set to go on the barbecue. Give it a tap. Another bad in there that I missed earlier. And if you want, you can do like this here instead of sticking your finger in there. Give it a tap. I guess that didn't work so well. There we go. Get that one out of there. These are all going to be processed later on. You'll start seeing the rest of it after they come off the barbecue. All I'm doing out there is going to get them heated up and get the outside of the skin blistered up real good, and then they come back in the house again. But you don't have to get all the seeds out. When you're cooking them later on, you might want to get the seeds out completely, but at this point right here, you really don't need to. Rhonda's gone ahead and done them both ways, where she's got them really de-seeded, and she'll even rinse the extra seeds out and such. But save time today, I think we're just going to go ahead and do it this way. We have done it where we left the stems on and the seeds in, and if you leave the stems on, seeds in, all it does is make them a little hotter. So if that's what you want to do, you can do that. These particular ones here we got a hold of were some mild variety that's mild to New Mexico and Arizona. If you live in other states where you don't eat quite as many spicy foods, these might be severely hot to you. And if you do have a problem with having them overly hot, having more seeds removed, the seeds do have a lot of the heat in them, so the spiciness to them. So if you want to go ahead and have them as mild as possible, buy the mild ones and then go ahead and get all the seeds out and rinse them out. But if you like them where they're just kind of a little tangy and have just a lot of good flavor. Now we have bought the hot ones before, and that's why Rhonda at times had gone ahead and made sure they were good and seeded. And the hot ones, when they're completely got all the seeds out, are medium to us, which is what we normally use. But by leaving a few of the seeds in, it'll be these will be medium to also. So not overly hot. Okay, so we got them all cleaned and prepped and stuff like that, and I just want to show you how many. That's a thing of garlic there. That's how much we have. A bushel and an eighth is a huge amount. So we're getting a buildup of monsoon storms starting in the mountains. That's Sedona right there. This from the backyard. Top of the neighbor's roof. Okay, so we got the green chilies all prepared. We got them outside. Got the mesquite, locally grown mesquite wood, using an electric starter. Anyways, this mesquite wood here is deadwood branches on the trees that are harvested off. So the tree itself is still producing more wood at all times. So that's what we'll be roasting the chilies with. Okay, so this is the first batch of chilies on the barbecue, and as you can see, we've been doing this quite a bit because it's barely made a dent in the pile in the bowl. It's smelling absolutely wonderful. Anyways, I've flipped a few of them. I got the center of the burner. All the chunks of mesquite wood have not started up yet, so I still got some cold spots and some hot spots. So I got a hot spot right there in the middle where I was able to flip them. And but you can hear them sizzling. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Let me put it closer. You can hear them sizzling. Oh, there we got a little bit of flame going up now. Things are going to start picking up and going faster. Okay, so here's the first bunch that are getting pulled. This is what they look like when they're done. You can see that the skin is just peeling off of them right now. You get a little spot every once in a while, the skin just peeling back on that one there. Trying to get it again. There you go. See how it just peels back? That's what you're wanting. You're wanting that skin blistered. And so those are ready to go. Start taking some of these other ones and moving them over here in the middle. Okay, when we were over in Hawaii, we had huli huli chicken. And this process here kind of reminds me of that, because huli huli means to turn. So it's turn chicken. And that's what you want to do here, is you want to just keep on turning them. As you can see, there's some of them there that look like they're not even done anything on top, and they're already blistering underneath. So, oop, almost lost one off the back of the grill there. Well, I had to shut the camera off. I started burning my fingers, and I think I was starting about ready to melt the camera. But anyways, back to my Hawaiian stuff. So one of the things that that huli huli chicken, they cook it with mesquite wood that came in, I guess, with the cattle, is what I was told. And that's what they make some of those neat, like the carved turtles and stuff like that out of. But they also use it to go ahead and make the huli huli chicken, which was really, really good. So if you get a chance to get to Maui, go on the road to Hana and have some huli huli chicken. The Hawaiians are very, very patriotic. So if you go on a national holiday like 4th of July or President's Day or anything like that, they are not going to be out there cooking. They're going to be going ahead and celebrating that holiday. Now, as I'm cooking these, you'll see here's the bowl with the ones that are done. There's quite a few spots where it's still kind of green on them. Don't worry about that. Rhonda will show you in the video when she goes ahead and starts peeling them and showing you how that's done. Anyways, just get them to where they're blistered. And if you have a spot here and there like that piece right there, don't worry about that at all. That skin will come off there too. And a little bit of skin in the chili is not a big deal. You just don't want a whole bunch of it. Now, one thing you're going to want to definitely do when you're working with these things is have glasses on, because the steam off these chilies as they're cooking, the smoke, is very, very potent and will burn your eyes. And you also want to wear some good leather gloves or nitro gloves. With the heat off the fire, you want the leather gloves. You definitely want to have some kind of gloves, because the same thing, the oils in the chili are going into the air and they'll soak into your skin even off the barbecue. As you can see, I'm still adding some of the mesquite rounds as I'm cooking that way, because when it all turns to ash down like that, it doesn't blister, it just cooks them. So you need to have a little bit of a flame, a little bit of heat to go ahead and blister them. At the front of the local grocery store where we get these bags of chilies, they do also roast them there, but they take the chilies, they don't trim anything up, they don't go ahead and remove the nasty ones, they just throw them in a big old huge hopper with some expanded metal grate and a big old drum, and then they put them on. They got a shaft off to the side with the motor, and they got a big old propane torch that they turn on, and that's what scorches them. But you get the burned burlap little pieces and shreds, and you get the little rotten pieces and all that kind of stuff that you got to sort out at home. But that is an option for someone who doesn't have time to go do what we're doing right now. Anyways, we're getting down to where we're getting to the nitty gritty now. Finally, we got quite a few in the bowl. We've got quite a few made up there. Bowl, and then another bowl over here we're filling up right now. Anyways, so if you don't have mesquite, I have done pecan before. I also have a buddy of mine that also, he washes them up, preps them, and all that kind of stuff like we're doing right here, and he does them on his gas grill. So you don't necessarily have to go ahead and have them done at the store with the big old tumbler thing. There's the other ways you can do it too. We have gone ahead and put them in the smoker before, so we'll probably do a segment one of these days on that. But yeah, a lot of different ways of going ahead and taking care of making chilies up. The first time we ever, actually the first probably 3 times we went ahead and we did these chilies, we went ahead and we did them on the barbecue like we're doing here, but when we got them inside, Rhonda totally prepped them, skinned them all out, stuff like that, and we put them in canning jars, and we did regular canning jars and stuff like that, where we could just put them up on the shelves in the pantry. Nowadays, we go ahead and we do the way Rhonda's going to show you, where we put them in plastic bags and freeze them, and that's a whole lot simpler. And you just put them in amounts that you can go ahead and you can pull out and use over a period of time, and it's a lot less prep up front. And the freezing, actually, where the little green spots are, actually helps go ahead and let the skin release on that, where you can peel it a lot easier when you're doing that. And I think Rhonda's going to show you that in a video here in a few days. Okay, we have the last green chili sitting on the fire right now. So one more. We've got another bowl bigger than this one here inside there right now. And we're just giving this one a little more time to go ahead and blister. We'll probably go ahead and we'll give her a little flip right now. See what she, oh yeah, look at that. Perfect, yep. About another 30 seconds on there, and we'll have the other side looking like that. And we'll be all done, and we'll see you inside. So we beat the monsoon storms, and we're back inside. Got some 1-gallon plastic bags that we'll be filling up here with some chilies. And these are freezer type bags. Ziploc brand, these particular ones are. Whatever your favorite brand is. I gotta go ahead and set this phone down though. I just realized I gotta do this way, I guess. There we go. Now we're back in business. And you just put about a week's worth of chilies, or a couple, 3 meals of chilies in each one of your bags. And that way, when you are going and prepping them and doing all the different things, that you have the right amount for what you need for a while. So that looks like maybe enough chilies for, what, maybe a meal and a half. So let's go ahead and add some more to that one. I'm thinking maybe, what, 10 per bag possibly. So that looks pretty good there. And this black thing that we're looking at here is a tray that we put in our freezer, and that's where these bags will be going as soon as I'm done here. Okay, so we've got all of our bags filled and ready for the freezer. They're smelling so good, I just had to go ahead and have one off to the side, and I'm going to do a quick taste test here. I'm going to get the camera turned around the other direction, and that way you can see what I'm doing. So I pulled the skin off of this one here. You see there's like one little piece left there. See, that's how easy it is. Just lift it off like that. And that's, oops, I lifted it off there. Didn't show it on camera. That's good. Anyways, so just lifted it off real easy. No problem at all. But these chilies are so good. Since we cooked them with the seeds in them, they're medium. So it's not a lot of bite to someone from Arizona, but if you're from back east, this will probably be pretty spicy. You wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. But I'm going to finish eating this. And we got the chilies off just in time.
Video of Derrick roasting the chilies, and now it is time to go ahead and take the green chilies out of the skin and prepare them for cooking. So this is how it's going to look, and it's easier to do this when it's cold. Now I found what's even easier is when they're partially frozen. So we did put them in the freezer, and then you start to defrost them, and when they're a little bit crunchy, they're actually easier to take the skin off. Now this particular bag is in the fridge, but it's still very cold. You don't want to try to do it hot because it's not going to work very well. And if you want to wear gloves, you can. These are mild green chilies. And all you do is you just start peeling the skin. I'm just going to set that aside here. I'm purposely doing it on a white cutting board so you can see what I'm doing here. And it's quite simple. You just kind of pull it off. Hope everybody's having a good day. So we got quite a bit of green chilies in the freezer, so that is really nice. Big time saver for later. Now, some people might want to go ahead and do this part, you know, put them in the fridge or partially freeze them and then pull them out and dice them up. I'm just going to do it as I need it. Because like this morning, I took some of these green chilies and just kind of tore them up and laid them in an omelet. It was quite delicious. So you don't always have to dice up the green chilies. So that's one. I'm just going to do like two just to show you. In this particular batch, we cut the stems off. If you didn't cut the stems off, then of course you'd be wanting to cut the stem right at that point. And sometimes it might be a good idea if you're doing a whole bunch to go ahead and have a bowl just for your skins and your seeds. And a little bit of, since the seeds are cooked, if you want it a little hotter, it's okay to have a little bit of the seeds in there. It's kind of just a preference, but look how easy that just comes right off. Comes off very easy. I do recommend wearing gloves if you're doing the medium or hot for sure. And even if you're doing the medium, if you're doing the mild, do not rub your eyes because you will have a problem. Okay, so I have this open, and sometimes what I'll do is just take a sharp knife and just get the seeds, the majority of the seeds anyway, out of there. So, and there's more to do here, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you. So what I'll do is I'll just cut these up if I'm going to dice them up for like burritos or enchiladas or whatever, or if you're going to make homemade salsa. This is wonderful, homemade salsa. And so you're just going to dice it like this. And you could probably do 3 or 4 at a time if you have enough working room. So there you go. Just going to put it in a bowl so you can see. And so I'll just keep on doing that, and then I'll have a whole bunch of wonderful, delicious diced green chilies. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the green chilies that you can have for many months to come in your freezer. Thank you for watching. Those of you who subscribe to my channel, thank you very much. And if you don't, it is free. If you enjoy the content, have a great day.